excuse the mess in the background, but you guys remember in the previous video, I took you to a property where somebody had just vandalized and stolen the HVAC, the copper out of the HVAC. The HVAC is totally destroyed. It's gonna have to file an insurance claim, called insurance. The adjuster's coming out. Supposed to be out there today, actually. But in the meantime, on Father's Day, while all my family's here, we're swimming, grilling, having a great time, I get a call from my realtor with some of the worst news I could have possibly got with something else that happened to that property. And I'm gonna take you guys by today and show you what went down and show you some crazy pictures of what it looks like before we like put a band-aid over it. But it's still really bad. So let's go check it out. But first, we gotta stop and get the greatest bagel in all the world at the bagel shop in Anderson, South Carolina. Let's go. All right, bagel shop didn't disappoint, never does. Belly's full. Let's get back to the regular scheduled programming. So while driving on the way over here, I started thinking about the struggles that come with investing in real estate. It's not easy. What you guys are about to see is like quite honestly stressful to have to go through something like this. Quite honestly, I think it would make a lot of people crumble. And then I got to look at the statistics, and it is interesting that only 7% of people in the United States own an investment property. Why? Because it's hard. There's things that you have to overcome. Literally, real estate investing is just coming up with a solution to solve a problem over and over and over again. And those who can continuously solve problems without getting worn down, they can persevere without letting the stress eat them up, without getting overwhelmed, and move on to the next problem and continue solving them over and over and over. Those are the ones who build wealth over time. And so I want to encourage you, there's 70% of Americans own their own home, okay? 70%. Only 7 own an investment property. There's a reason for that. It's because it's hard. It is hard. And so you can't go into this ordeal thinking that this is going to be something easy. There's some magic pill that's just going to make me rich, and real estate investing is the easiest thing in the world. You just buy a house, make it look pretty, and you go and sell it or you rent it out. No, be prepared to face challenges, but know this, there's always an answer. There is always a solution. What I'm about to walk you guys through, when I first heard it, seemed very overwhelming to me. And then I remembered, you know what? There's a solution. I'm gonna walk you guys through that today. All right, so we're here, back at the house. You guys remember this from the other day, but let me give you the big reveal of what just happened. Only time I've ever had this happen in all my years of real estate investing. Can't believe it happened. I'm appalled it happened, but it happened. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Boom. Do you know what this is? So my neighbor, the people who own the house across the street's car didn't get put in parked, so it comes rolling down the hill and absolutely destroys the right side of my house. So here's the whole front of my house. There was a huge gaping hole. We'll throw a picture of it up on the screen. We may have a video of it. That's what this hole looked like before we put this OSB here. You can see it totally destroyed all the bricks. And the foundation has to be completely repaired underneath. So we're talking about $25,000 to $30,000. You can see on the side there's cracks going all across the side of the house, and even up on the front by the windows. And it's honestly so unstable that I do not feel comfortable walking in the house and standing on that floor in there, because I'm scared that it could collapse here on this particular corner. And that brick is barely hanging on as well. The brick veneer is barely hanging on. And so this is an absolute mess, guys. Absolute mess. So what do? How do we overcome this? I was just telling you guys, we run into problems. We got to come up with solutions. This is a huge problem. This is a really big problem. I got this call on Father's Day while I'm chilling with my family that we have a big hole in our house, and my realtor sent me the video. This is a big problem. So this isn't small, but there's a solution. So what happened is when the lady put the truck in the driveway and it rolled down and hit the house, obviously they had to file a police report. So they filed a police report. They were cited. They're given a citation for something. I don't know, it was like negligent parking of a vehicle or whatever. It wasn't a big deal. I'm not upset. Nobody got hurt. They were super apologetic. They file a police report, and then they file an insurance claim. And so my realtor was running point on this. She met them out here, met the police out here. She got the claim number from the neighbor whose car wrecked into my house. I got that claim number, and I called her insurance agent, and they sent me to the claims department, and I just wanted to validate that this claim had been placed. They said yes, and I asked them what the process was. So then the process for me is I get a quote for the repair, then I submit it to this insurance carrier's claims department, and then supposedly, we'll see, within 1 to 2 business days, they will deposit the money into my account, so then my contractor can get to work to getting this fixed. Because this house, if you guys go back to the previous video that you can find here, this house has been on the market. So we've already flipped this, and it's listed for sale. Well, now we have to take this house off of the market to be able to get it sold. And so we want to be able to get this work done as fast as possible. Now, one leg up that I'll probably have is I've been working with my contractors for years, and so they'll go ahead and do the repairs for me, and they'll allow me to pay them once I get paid out because they know it's coming, because we have that trust. But if I didn't have that trust with these contractors and I hadn't worked with them for years, then generally you're going to have to wait until you get paid out your insurance claim to get the work done, or you can front the money and, you know, take the insurance money after it comes in. But the whole point is this sets us back. I'd imagine this work's going to take 2 weeks, you know, by the time it's all said and done. And then we got to get paid by the insurance company. Hopefully they pay immediately. If not, then we may have to send an attorney letter to speed things up. I mean, there's just a whole process that goes with it. And so you could sit back and say, oh my gosh, this is going to make me crumble. I hate this. I'm never doing real estate again, which is what the majority of people do. They run into roadblocks and it's not easy and they give up. That's why most people aren't successful in life. Or you say, yeah, this freaking sucks. I have a hole in my house. Like literally the side of my house is falling off. And I have this listed, beautiful property listed for sale that I spent a bunch of money on. But instead of letting it tear us up and say we're never going to do real estate again, instead we'll get it fixed, we'll get it listed back on the market, we'll get this property sold, and we'll still, you know, after additional holding cost that it's going to cost us, because we have a loan out on this property, so we're having to pay that loan every month. The loan doesn't stop coming, so we're going to have to pay, and this is going to extend how long we own this property by, you know, a month or two. And so that'll eat into our profit, but at the end of the day, we still got a great opportunity for somewhere between $35,000 and $45,000 in profit. And you have to keep that in mind at the end of the day and say, hey, this sucks right now, but if I'll stick with this, it's going to be worth it at the end. Not always fun. It's not always glamorous, and oftentimes it's just you solving problem after problem. But if you can be the person who's willing to handle things like this, put up with the bullcrap, you have a good chance of living a life of extreme wealth, claiming your time back, financial freedom, time freedom. Most people aren't willing to do this. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.